Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of StartWithNelly.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Today I have a super speedy little project to share with you using a couple of punches, circle punches, some gorgeous ribbon that is currently available on the Last Chance products. And as you'll see, I'm pretty near the end of mine, so might just have to pop another reel of that in my next order because I absolutely love this trim. And some of this fabulous designer series paper, which is called Modern Christmas and features black, white and gold. Just absolutely gorgeous. So here is what I'm going to make. I've already made two of these, so it is simply a little pocket with a bit of ribbon around it and some decoration on the front. Absolutely no stamping or die cutting, just using punch to have that fa la 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 there. Now this one has a gift card inside it. Lost the word there. That, and I take that ribbon out the way completely, will come out hopefully. What's happened here? There we go, it went in, it had to come out. So you can pop that in there either that way or that way. It will fit probably better that way. So if I was giving this as a with a gift card, I would probably put another label on the back to write the to and the from on that, and that would be that. Done and dusted. These ones have got some sweeties in it, so I'm giving them as little gifts to my customers as a little thank you. So I'm going to make another one just now. I'm going to make the same as that one really, and with this paper. I did think about doing the trees, but I just love the gold, so I'm sticking with the gold. With my paper trimmer, I am going, so if I was doing it with that, I'd have to be aware of the direction of the pattern, and I would want to cut that to, I've forgotten already, 4 1/4 inches. Okay. So my pattern would be running that way, and cut that down to 8 inches, like that. Take that cutting blade well out of the way, and then I'm going to score that at 3 3/4 inch, and then at 7 1/2 inches, and then twizzle that around. And I'm just going to score that at 1/2 inch on that side there. Okay. Done with my trimmer. I'm just going to gently fold that score line, and that one, and that one. Okay. Now I need to do a little bit of cutting. I'm going to cut that little square out. It's probably easier to see it this side. I'm going to cut that little square out, but I'm taking an extra little bit on that side, and I'll take a little bit from the top there like that. Okay. Now that is going to glue to the back there, and I want to keep this piece, but I want to take a little bit off there as well. I'm going to take a little bit off at that corner, and then I want to take all of this piece off here, and I'm going to cut it just to the top of the score line rather than actually on the score line, just so that I don't have any overhang. But it's going to be on the back, so it'd be fine. Okay, so to add some glue to that side tab, right down to the bottom. Then I'm going to fold that tab over and add glue to that right to the corner there to make sure that that whole corner is totally covered, and then just fold that over, line that up, give that a little press, and there you have your little pocket. Now I have the tiniest little margin overhanging at the side there, and because it's got white on the inside it does kind of show a bit, so I'm just going to use my snips to take that little bit off there. It is a slither, but it would bother me. There are some things in crafting that I'm just like, yeah, that's fine, that's close enough, and then there are other things that I'm just like, oh, I have to sort that. Just to pop these little sweeties in here. Get that as flat as I can. There we go. And then this ribbon, just as stunning. We had this in silver a few years back, and it was fabulous for Halloween things because it looked like spiders' webs. And I don't know how many rolls of that I used. Probably quite a few. But the gold hasn't been around quite so long, so I don't think I've used that as much, but it is still fabulous. A little tricky to tie. I'm just making a meal out of it, really. There we go. That's that. Now I just want it to be a small bow on the top, not too ostentatious. Like that. And I'll just chop those little bits off, like so. And then I'll bring back my designer series paper. I have this scrap. And then I have this bit that I've been cutting as well. So for my scrap, I'm just going to try and make sure that I've got a fa la 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 la. Complete. And then, so that was the 1 3/4 inch punch, and then I'm just going to use this one, which is the 2 inch, circle punch. Glue these two together. And you see I've got one horizontal stripe on one vertical stripe on the other, and a diagonal stripe on this one. Every time different. And then I'm just going to pop some dimensionals on the back of that. Take the backings off. They're sticking to my fingers. These things do stick everywhere. And then make sure I've got my ribbon where I want it and pop that on top. There we go. 3 different versions. 2 with sweeties, 1 with a gift card inside. Super quick, easy, very, very effective, I think. I hope you've enjoyed this quick tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you have time. I always love to read them and reply. And if you're new to my channel, click on that subscribe button, click the bell and get notification the next time I upload a video. Until then, please do take care. Bye bye.